Oh, I had a client ask like, well, what's the difference between a boundary and an ultimatum? I'm just telling them it's just a threat. I'm like, there's a difference. So let's
Mhm.
talk a little bit about that difference. What is the difference between a boundary and an ultimatum or a threat?
Yeah, we think we need a whole half-hour podcast for this because it's all about language and it's all about
It
self-ownership.
is.
It's all about being able to say what I will and won't tolerate. It's never about controlling you. I'm not gonna tell you, "You can't ask me that. You can't yell at me. You can't do that." That's my boundary. That's not a boundary, that's controlling your behavior. Courtney, when you're mean to me, I just have to say, "Hey, if you're gonna be mean to me, Courtney, I have to walk away, because that I can control that. I can maintain it."
So instead of don't don't say mean things to me
Mhm.
or I'm leaving, that's a
No,
threat.
you say, "Courtney, if you continue to be mean to me, you continue to belittle me or call me names or whatever." You would never do
Getting
that,
more
but
concrete all the time.
right? So what we're doing is we're trying to figure it out. Like, if you continue to yell at me, I will walk away.
Okay.
That's
And
what I
that's
can
not a
control. It's
threat.
within my No, it's not a threat, it's a boundary. It's
Okay.
me
You
owning
said you got
me
to
and what
shut
I
up.
will and won't tolerate. Yeah, I shouldn't say
And
shut up.
so a boundary doesn't require anything from if you're setting a good boundary, a healthy boundary in the right way, a boundary doesn't require that the other person do anything different for you to establish your boundary.
Absolutely. It's never about controlling the other person or even making a request. We can make a request, we can make a demand, we can do all sorts of things, but we have to label it accurately. If we're making a request, let's know that it's a request because that request can be met with no, because then they get to have boundaries and we have to honor it, right?
Right. Right. So wait, there's two sets of boundaries here. I mean, you can have a wall or a fence or a door or a window, and I can have whatever version of boundary I want too.
100%.
Well, I don't know how any relationships make it. Everybody says, oh, 50% of marriages. I'm like, I'm surprised 50 stay together because it's hard.
But I think good boundaries, though, help marriages stay together because we're just saying what we own and what we can do. So I will and won't tolerate that kind of negative behavior anymore. I will walk away from that conflict.
So
And so we walk away
wait,
from
I
it.
thought, I
Make it to
thought,
decide.
I thought if you're in a healthy relationship, you don't need boundaries. You're just like one and you don't keep anything or guard anything or have any limits or boundaries with your partner, right? It shouldn't just we are one. It's like if I set a limit or a boundary, isn't that a bad thing in a relationship? Because I'm being mean.
No, I think the old adage that good fences make good neighbors is the same with good friends and good partners. We have to have some boundaries around where we end and where someone else begins. We are still autonomous agents. We're humans that get to make our own decisions about life and things like that. And so does our partner. So when we talk about no boundaries and that we're one, that can get to a place of enmeshment where we don't know where we end and where the other person begins. It's like, can they
Mm.
have their own feelings? Is it okay for them to be upset when we're not? Yeah, it is. And for us to look at them and go, man, I'm sorry you're having a bummer day. Anything I can do to help? But I don't have to own their feelings. I don't have to help metabolize them.
So when it comes to time and energy, right? Like spending time independently from each other, right? Like doing
Hmm.
our own things.
Yep.
That could be a boundary. Like I'm going to guard my volleyball game on Wednesday, and I know you don't go or you don't participate, but that's my time boundary. I'm going to do that. Okay. So another thing that I ran into recently with a client is he wants to go out with one friend, but his wife doesn't like that friend, right? And there's nothing objectively wrong. It's not like they go out and do drugs or hit on women or doing things that she might obviously have an investment in this behavior. She just doesn't like him. He's just a little too whatever, too much or too little of something. You can have a boundary where that's my friend and I'm going to spend
Hmm.
time with them,
Yep.
not doing it to hurt your feelings. My goal is to spend time with my friend, not to cause you some emotional reaction. However, I am going to spend time with my friend, or it could be even a family member, right? It's like, I don't like your sister. She doesn't like me, so I don't want you to spend time with her. It's like, okay, well, I get to decide if I'm an adult what relationships I have.
Right.
I guess I could run around and be secretive and not have you find out.